हेलो एंड वेलकम। आज यूजीसी नेट पेपर 2 विमेंस स्टडीज का जून 2025 का शिफ्ट 2 का क्वेश्चन पेपर सॉल्व करने वाले हैं। और पेपर 1 मैंने ऑलरेडी सॉल्व करके अपलोड कर दिया है, आप प्लेलिस्ट चेकआउट कर सकते हो जिसमें 2023 टू 2025 के क्वेश्चन पेपर अवेलेबल है। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद पेपर 2 विमेंस स्टडीज। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 to 50 बिलोंग्स टू पेपर 1। सो विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम क्वेश्चन नंबर 51। National Commission for Women is established under National Commission for Women Act 92, 90, 2000 or 1988. Correct answer is option 2. It was established under the Act 1990 and came into operation in 1992. So option 2 is correct answer. Next, question number 52. The Bengal Sati regulation which abolished the prevalence of sati was passed in the year 1920, 1829, 1860 or 1856? Option 2 is correct answer, 1829 by Lord William Bentinck with the support from Raja Ram Mohan Roy. 1920 में नेशनलिस्ट मूवमेंट हुआ था। 1860 इज आईपीसी ईयर, आईपीसी इंट्रोड्यूस किया था। और 1856 में विडो रीमैरेज एक्ट पास किया था। तो ऑप्शन 2 इज करेक्ट आंसर। Next, question number 53. Andrea Dworkin and Catherine McKinnon argued that pornography is a form of legitimate erotica, is pleasurable, is dangerous, or should be controlled as civil offense, a civil right violation. Correct answer is option 4. A violation of civil right of women. Correct answer is option 4. Next, question number 54. Gang rape under section 376D, where a woman is raped by one or more persons constituting a group, each of those persons shall be punished with rigorous imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 10 years. Correct answer is option 3. As per section 376D of IPC, rigorous imprisonment not less than 10 years, which may extend up to lifetime plus fine. So option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 55. The original class distinction is between men and women. The women's operation provides a conceptual model for understanding all the other form of operation. This radical feminist thought is represented in the work of option 3 is correct answer. It is Shulamit Firestone. Next, 56. Feminists who have critiqued Freud but used him productively to address biological determinism are correct answer is option 1. Karen Horney and Louise Irigaray. Next, identify the odd one out in the list of some important black feminists. Bell Hooks, Patricia Hill Collins, Audre Lorde, or Betty Friedan. Correct answer is option D. Betty Friedan is liberal feminist and not a black feminist. Next, what is the key distinction between productive and non-productive work in classical economic theory? Productive work is paid, non-productive work is unpaid. Correct answer is option 1. It is given by Adam Smith. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, which of the following is the key trait commonly associated with successful entrepreneur? Resistance to change, aversion to risk, innovativeness and risk-taking ability, or dependence on external motivation. Option 3 is correct answer. It is not a positive point. Others are positive points. It is the quality of entrepreneur. But option C is correct answer. It is trait for entrepreneur given by Joseph Schumpeter. Next, what role do self-help group primarily play in empowering women? Promoting consumerism? No. Encouraging traditional role only? No. Providing collective savings and access to microcredit is correct answer because 1, 2 and fourth option limiting access to financial service are negative points. Option 3 is correct answer. It is positive point and the main function or we can say main objective of self-help group. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, what is the core argument of feminist epistemology? Knowledge is always objective and value free? No. Only women can produce valid feminist knowledge? No. Knowledge is socially constructed and shaped by gendered experiences. Correct. Option 3 is correct answer. Scientific methods are superior to qualitative approach? No. So option 3 is most appropriate answer. Next, Nari Shakti Vandan Abhiyanam allocating 33% of the seats to women in directly elected Lok Sabha, State Legislative and Delhi Legislative Assembly was the 107th Amendment of the Constitution, 20th, 6th or 128th Amendment. Correct answer is option 4. In the year 2008 it was passed. Next, which of these women is referred to as Gandhi of Grain? Mahashweta Devi, Bina Agrawal, Vandana Shiva or Shrilata Batliwala? Correct answer is option 3, Vandana Shiva, for her work on seed sovereignty, biodiversity and sustainable agriculture. Next, the phrase third wave feminism was coined by, correct answer is option 3, Rebecca Walker in 1992 through essay name Becoming the Third Wave. Next, Radhakrishnan Commission, also known as the University Education Commission, analyzed the problem of women education at the college and university level in the year. Correct answer is option A, 1948 to 1949. Next, girls and boys develop different relational capacities and senses of self as a result of growing up in the family in which women are mothers. This argument was made by, correct answer is option 2, Nancy Shodoro. Next, in 2023, India's ranking in the Global Gender Gap Index was, correct answer is option 1, 127th out of 146 countries as per World Economic Forum. Next, sexual intercourse by a person in authority where consent of victim is obtained under compelling condition is, compelling condition means not free consent. Consent should be free, but if consent is not free means sexual intercourse is done under compelling condition is defined under section 376 of IPC. नॉट फ्री कंसेंट में क्या क्या कवर होगा? फियर, coercion and authority. All these are covered under not free consent, that is compelling condition. Next, cinema is a technology of scopophilia. Scopophilia means pleasure in looking, where women provides the scopophilic pleasure and are passive sexual object. This is commented by Laura Mulvey. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, as per Global Gender Gap Index Report 2024, within South Asia, India rank is 5th, 4th, 3rd or 2nd. Correct answer is option 4. India is ranked 2nd after Bangladesh. Bangladesh is on 1st rank. India is on 2nd rank as per World Economic Forum. Next, what is the role of critical thinking in feminist pedagogy? To reinforce dominant narrative and power structure, to challenge dominant narratives and promote critical consciousness. Correct. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, Shishu loan under Mudra Yojana scheme provides loan up to 50,000 rupees is correct answer for startup and new business. Shishu loan means micro loan. Next, according to feminists, What is the key factor in shaping individuals? Gender identity, biological factor, prenatal influence, social and cultural norms, or cognitive development? Option 3 is correct answer. Social norms are shaped by roles and institutions, etc. So option 3 is correct answer. Next, the encoding and decoding model of communication was developed by which cultural theorist? Stuart Hall. Option A is correct answer. Option 1 is correct answer. Explaining how media messages are produced and interpreted differently by audience. That is option 1. Next, the popular article Dalit Women Talk Differently has been authored by Sharmila Rege, Uma Chakravarti, Shailaja Paik, or Gopal Guru. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, what is the relationship between queer theory and feminism? Queer theory and feminism are completely unrelated field of study? No. Queer theory is branch of feminism focused solely on women issue? No. Queer theory shares with feminism an interest in deconstructing traditional gender roles and hierarchies. Correct. Option 3 is correct answer. Both aim to challenge fixed gender norms and power structure. So option 3 is correct answer. Next, what is a hybrid of organisms or nature and machine or culture as a creature of permanently partial identities? Amazonian, cyborg, indigenous, or Bribri? Option 2 is correct answer. Next, who was the warrior queen of Nagaland who emerged as a symbol of resistance against British colonial rule? It is Rani Gaidillu. Next, who among the following was involved in landmark legal case involving her marriage as a child bride? The case influenced the enactment of Age of Consent Act in 1891. Durgabai Deshmukh, Tarabai Shinde, Kamladevi Chattopadhyay, or Rukmabai. Option 4 is correct answer. Rukmabai. She was married as a child. When she grew up, she refused to live with husband. Husband went to the court and court initially supported husband. Result was increased age for women or girls. Next, how does hegemonic masculinity affect men who do not fit its ideal? Hegemonic means dominant. It leads to greater acceptance and inclusion of diverse masculinity? No. It results in social marginalization and pressure to conform to dominant masculine norms? True. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? Men do not fit the ideal man image, are either left out or pressured to behave like others. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, in a stride towards gender neutrality and inclusivity, the recently enacted Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 has demolished conventional norms by adopting the pronoun she, her. No, adopting the pronoun they or them to address individuals of all the genders. She, her, he, him ये यूज नहीं करेंगे, इसके बदले यूज करेंगे दे और देम. ऑप्शन 2 इज करेक्ट आंसर. इसका रीजन है जेंडर न्यूट्रलाइजेशन लाना. नेक्स्ट, who expressed in her work Gender and Nation that women occupy a contested space within the discourse of nation and nationalism. Option 3 is correct answer. Neera Yuval Davis. Next, which post-colonial feminist thinker is known for critiquing the Western feminist tendency to homogenize the experiences of all the women worldwide, particularly in her essay Under Western Eyes? It is Chandra Talpade Monti. Next, the famous street play of 1980s, Om Shwaha, dealt with hunger, communal violence, dowry death, or colonial exploitation. Option 3 is correct answer. Dowry death. Next, which factor most directly contributes to the growth of women in agribusiness? Decline in crop production, traditional farming methods, access to market, credit and training, or monoculture practices? Option 3 is correct answer. Next, the which international convention is considered as the most comprehensive framework for advancing women's rights globally? CEDAW 1979 convention adopted by UNGA. Correct answer is option 1. Convention on elimination of all the forms of discrimination against women. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, according to Friedrich Engels, the origin of women's subordination lies in lack of access to modern education, biological difference between men and women, the rise of private property and class society, or women's inability to participate in politics. Option 3 is correct answer, the rise of private property and class society. Next, which sustainable developmental goals are directly related to gender equality and women empowerment and climate action? SDG 5.1, 5.3, 5.9 and 5.13. Correct answer is option 4. SDG 5 for gender equality and women empowerment and SDG 13 for climate action. SDG 1 is for poverty, SDG 3 is for health and SDG 9 is for industry and infrastructure. The option 4 is correct answer. Next, how has 73rd Constitutional Amendment empowered women in Panchayati Raj institution? Correct answer is option 1 by reserving 33% of seat for women in local governance in Panchayat. Next, under which 5-year plan was women's development first recognized as a distinct sector in India? Correct answer is option 4, ninth 5-year plan from 1997 to 2002. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following in chronological order. All India Women's Conference 1927, All India Muslim Women's Conference 1914, Young Women Christian Association 19th century, and Bengal Women's Education League 20th century. The correct sequence is C, D, B, A. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the hashtag movement chronologically. Hashtag Times Up movement 2018 related to fighting workplace harassment. Hashtag He for She movement 2014 men supporting gender equality. Then Me Too movement, famous Me Too movement in the year 2017 exposing sexual harassment. Hashtag Ni Una Menos movement, that is in the year 2015 against violation against women. So correct sequence is B D C A. B D C A option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following United Nations Conference on Women in correct chronological order. Nairobi Conference 1985 for women empowerment. Beijing Conference in the year 1995 for Global Agenda for Women. Mexico City Conference 1975 for equality and Copenhagen Conference 1980 focused on education, employment, health gaps, etc. So correct sequence is C, A, B, D. Sorry, C, D, A, B. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the key event related to development of women's study in chronological order. Establishment of Women's Study centered by UGC 1980s. Establishment of National Conference for Commission for Women 1992. The Research for Women's Study program at SNDT University 1974 and First All India Women Conference 1927. So correct chronological order is DCAB. DCAB option 3 is correct answer. Next, arrange the list of chairperson of National Commission for Women as per their chronological appointment. Girija Vyas, Moini Giri, Jayanti Patnaik, Lalita, Kumar Mangalam, Rekha Sharma. So first chairperson was Jayanti Patnaik in the year 1992. Then next is Moini Giri, later on Girija Vyas, Lalita Kumar Mangalam in the year 2014, and currently, recently, Rekha Sharma is the chairperson. So correct chronological order is C, B, A, D, E. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the step involved in quantitative research, review of literature, identification of problem, framing questionnaire and data collection, coding analysis of data. So first step is identify problem, then second is literature review, then framing questionnaire and collect data, and after collection we can analyze the data, editing and analysis of data. So B, A, C, D is correct sequence. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following treaties and convention promoting women's rights in chronological order. Inter-American Convention on Prevention, Punishment and Eradication of Violation Against Women in the year 1994. CEDAW in the year 1979. Istanbul Convention in the year 2011. International Labour Organization Convention number 190 on Violation and Harassment in the year 2019. So correct sequence is B, A, C, D. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following in chronological order. Lakpati Didi Yojana 2023, Namodron Didi Yojana 2024, Mahila Kisan Sashakti Yojana 2011, Mahila Kisan Pariyojana 2010. So correct sequence is DCAB. DCAB option 3 is correct answer. Next, organize the 17 SDGs as per their number in the list of Sustainable Developmental Goals. Decent work and economic growth as per SDG 8. Partnership for Goal SDG 17. Gender equality SDG 5. Clean water and sanitation SDG 6 and no poverty SDG 1. So correct sequence is E C D A B. E C D A B option 4 is correct answer. Next, chronologically arrange the following acts which have special provision to safeguard women and their interest as per the year of their enactment. The Maternity Act 1961, Hindu Marriage Act 1955, Special Marriage Act 1954, Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 1929, and Commission of Sati Prevention Act 1987. So correct sequence is D, A, B, C, E. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following committees and commission on education as per their years of appointment. National Education Policy 1968, Kothari Commission 1964 to 66, Mudaliar Commission 1952, Radhakrishnan Commission 1948. So correct sequence is D, C, B, A. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following in chronological order. Now, 1966. Beijing Declaration and Beijing Platform for Action, 1995. Seneca Falls Convention, 1848. Convention on Elimination and All Form of Discrimination Against Women, 1979. So correct sequence is C, A, D, B. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, arrange the emergence of debates in feminism chronologically. Intersectionalism, 1980. Suffrage, 19th century first wave. Then notion of sisterhood, second wave, 1960. Then difference and feminist debate, 1970. This is 19th century and this is 1960. So correct sequence is B, C, A, BCDA. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following books in chronological order. Barbara's Monstrous Feminine, 1993. Teresa's Technologies of Gender, 1987. Laura's Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema, 1975. And Kaja Silverman's Acoustic Mirror, 1988. So correct sequence is C, B, D, A. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following act in chronological order. Protection of Child from Sexual Offence, POCSO, 2012. Equal Remuneration Act, 1976. Protection of Women and Domestic Violence Act, 2005. Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, 1971. So correct sequence is D, B, C, A. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, according to Government of India's Handbook on Gender Budgeting, which of the following initiative was taken by the state of Rajasthan to institutionalize gender budgeting? Formation of Gender Budget Cell under Department of Finance in 2011. True. Development of 4 category framework for the gender budget statement. No. Constitution of High Level Committee under chairmanship of Finance Secretary. No. Gender appraisal for Gender appraisal of budget proposed by 7 key department. True. A and D are correct. So option 4 is correct answer. Next, why it has become common since 1980s to use plural form feminisms when talking about feminism. All feminists do not share basic commitment to ending female oppression. No. All feminists do not approach the problem from the same philosophical and political base. True. To show the richness of feminist legacy of diversity and heterogeneity of position. True. Feminists have always emerged from diverse culture and political perspective and focused on issues germane to the time and location they inhabit. True. B, C, D are correct. And option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 108. What is the role of National Commission for Women in relation to digital technology laws in India? It operates within consultative and advisory capacity. True. It has control over protection policies and implementation of personal data protection bill. No. Role of advocating the women's right, advising on policy change and raising awareness about online safety. True. It has the power to investigate crimes and enforce digital technology laws. No. A and C are most appropriate answer. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, feminization of poverty is primarily measured using 3 international indices. These are the Gender Development Index. True. Global Gender Gap Index. No. Gender Empowerment Measure. True. And Human Poverty Index. True. A, C, D are correct answer and option B is correct answer. Next, what is the significance of hypothesis? It leads to reliability and validity. No. It helps collecting usual facts. True. It sets the direction of research. True. It contributes to formation of theories. True. B, C, D are correct and option 3 is correct answer. Next, which are correct about Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana? Money can be deposited by only by parents? No. It can be deposited by any person. The maximum limit for deposit in the account is 1,50,000 rupees per year. True. Interest rates are calculated on 10th day every month. True. Even after maturity, the account will earn interest. No. After maturity, it will not earn interest. So only B and C are correct and option 2 is correct answer. Next, the objective of CBSE Merit Scholarship Scheme are to provide scholarship to meritorious single girl child student. True. have passed CBSE 10th examination with 60% or more marks and are continuing their further school examination of class 11 and 12. True. The amount of scholarship shall be 500 rupees per month. True. A scholarship awarded under scheme shall be paid for maximum period of 3 years. No, it is not given as per the rule. So option 1, A, B, C are correct answer. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, question number 113. The Annapurna scheme is designed for women entrepreneurs to start textile business, food-based business, can access up to 50,000 rupees or can access up to 2 lakh rupees. So only B and D are correct. So option 2 is correct answer. Next, question number 114. Geeta Sen emphasized control over female sexuality as a means of her subordination. She holds A, B, C, D, E. Choose the correct answer from the option given below. So, in India, unlike Western women, women are not turned into sexual object principally via the common commodity form. No. Sexual objectification of women is direct and personal and impacts the labor market through landholding classes control the guard women's sexuality to ensure paternity of children. True. Public space are dominated and controlled by men and women. Women are controlled by violence in this space. True. And sexual control is not important for those with no land. True. So B, C, D are correct. B, C, D, E. Option 1 is correct answer. 115. Based on her study of female-headed households in Mexican shanty towns, Salvia Chand found that women and children suffer from secondary poverty in poor households where man holds part in his wage for personal expense. Proof female heads were better off financially once their husband had died and deserted. True. Housework is not shared in single women headed family. No. C is not a part. D. Household work is better shared by children in single women headed household. True. And authority patterns in male headed family were repressive for women and children. True. So apart from C, A, B, D, E are correct. And option 4 is correct answer here. Next, 116. Gender trouble is one of the founding texts of queer theory. True. It is critical of pervasive heterosexual assumption of feminist theory. True. It is homophobic. No. It is written by Judith Butler. True. And it is written by no. A, B, D are correct. And option 3 is correct answer. Next, feminist standpoint epistemology begins with the idea that less powerful members of society have less knowledge. No. Less powerful members have a more complex view of social reality than others. True. The disadvantage of their position limits their perspective. No. The disadvantaged position gives them the potential for double vision. True. They are unaware and insensitive to the dominant world view of the society. No. So B, D are correct. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, the Sexual Harassment for Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013 defines sexual harassment as includes any unwelcome act or behavior. True. Physical contact and advances. True. Only physical and not verbal or non-verbal. No. A demand or request for sexual favor. True. A, B, D are correct. And option 1 is correct answer. Apart from C, A, B, D are correct. Next, Bhakti sent women's writing in India are from ancient period of in India? No, from modern period. Show the indigenous root of feminism in India? True. These writings are often reflecting the women's resistance to religious patriarchies and caste subordination. True. Women saints are part of early modernity of India and show emancipatory cultural histories against Brahmanic patriarchy. True. B, C, D are correct. So option 2 is correct answer. Next, 120. Science, Journal of Women in Culture and Society was established by Jean Sack. True. Was established by no. Was established in 1975. True. A and C are correct. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, 121. Unlike many other isms, feminism does not derive its theoretical or conceptual base from any single theoretical formulation. Choose the correct answer from given below. So, therefore, there is no specific abstract definition of feminism applicable to all women at all times. True. Feminism is based on historically and culturally concrete realities. True. Feminism is about level of consciousness. True. Patriarchy, sexism, and male domination are global and will never change. No. Legal reform is only goal of all feminism. No. A, B, C are correct. Option 2 is correct answer. Next. Feminist ethnography is a qualitative research method based on lived experiences of women using participant observation and interviews. It does not challenge the traditional power dynamic in research. No. It is critical and reflexive. True. It can be done only by female researcher. No. A, B, D are correct. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, according to ME, in her book Sociology of Gender, which of the following factor contributed to erosion of standard working hours? Growth of service sector employment? True. Emergence of dual earner families? No. Decline in global economic interconnectedness? No. Spread of digital technology? True. A and D are correct. And option 4 is correct answer. Next, which of the following characterizes the second wave of feminism? Consciousness raising as a key activity. True. Slogan, the personal is political, became popular. True. Address the men's movement and masculinity studies. No. Address the need and rights of disabled women. No. A and B are correct. And option 1 is correct answer. Next, how can we define the term gender roles? It refers to society's concept of how men and women are expected to act. True. Gender roles are neutral. No, it is socially constructed. Gender roles are acquired. True. They are based on social norms and standards created by society. True. A, C, and D are correct. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Queer theory, Eve. Post-colonial feminist theory, Laila. Hegemonic masculinity, Revin. And ecofeminism by Francois. So 3, 4, 2, 1 is correct sequence and option 3 is correct answer. Next, list 1 and 2, liberal feminism, Marxist, radical and postmodern feminism. Rejects universal female subject. Postmodern feminism, D1. Their conviction was that women-centered politics could be devised in a women-only space. Radical feminism, C2, affirms that women's subordinate position can be addressed by political processes under democracy. Liberal feminism, A3, and Marxist feminism links changes in women's social condition with the overthrow of industrial capitalism. 3, 4, 2, 1 is correct sequence and option 2 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Women's War refers to two significant protests by women in Manipur against colonial authority. A4. Guardians of Civil Society, women's social movement established in 1977 in state of Manipur. 2. Ima Market, women-only market in Imphal, established since 16th century. 1. Tragic tale from Meghalaya illustrates the struggle of a woman who, after her husband's death, worked as a porter to support her child. So, 3. 4213 is correct sequence and option 1 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Janani Suraksha Yojana. It promotes institutional deliveries by providing cash incentive to pregnant women. A2. Janani Sishu Suraksha Karyakram. It provides essential care to mother and newborn within 48 hours of birth. B1. Integrated Child Development Services subsumed under Mission Poshan 2.0. C4 and Mission Poshan 2.0 combines Anganwadi service and Poshan Abhiyan. So D3. 2143 is correct sequence. 2143. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Match the gender gap performance percentage and country 2024. So country Iceland, Finland, New Zealand, Spain and percentage. Iceland 93.5%, A2, Finland 87.51, New Zealand 83.54, Spain 79.73. 2143 is correct sequence and option 4 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. The European Convention on Preventing and Combating Violence Against Women and Domestic Violence 2011, the Inter-American Convention on Prevention, Punishment and Eradication of Violence Against Women 1994, Maputo Protocol 2003, and the Declaration on Elimination of Violence Against Women in the Asian countries. So, it 2004. So, correct sequence is 4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 1, 2. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, match, match the list 1 and 2. Books and authors are given. Controlling Women. What we must do now to save reproductive freedom. It is given by Colbert. 4. Bodies on the Line by Lauren. Killing the Black Body. Dorothy. And Our Bodies, Ourselves. Boston Women's Health Book Collective. So, 3. Option 4, 1, 2, 3. Correct answer is 2. Next, match list 1 and 2. Concept and themes are given. Economic development, efficient integration of women's work. Equality is legal rights. Empowerment, women's group mobilization and welfare focus on health population housing program. 3, 4, 2, 1. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Oral history, survey, focus group, decision, ethnography. So, oral history, subjective reconstruction of one's life and meaning. Survey is quantitative, focus group discussion, decentering the subject, and ethnography, long-term study of people. 3, 4, 2, 1. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. List 1 concept, list 2 authors. Performativity, Judith Butler. Immanence and transcendence, Simone. Semiotic, dimension of language, Julia. And textual sexism, Kate Millett. So, 2, 4, 1, 3 is correct sequence. 2, 4, 1, 3. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, list 1 and 2. Approaches to development and characteristics are given. Women in development, women and development, gender and development, gender and environmental development. So, women and development, modernization theory. women and development dependency theory, gender and development influenced by socialist theory, and gender and environmental development centers environment. So 4312 is correct sequence and option 4 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Plan and focus area are given. 6 plan, 7 plan, 8 plan and 9 plan. 6 plan multidisciplinary approach with focus on health, education and employment. 4. 7 plan bringing women into mainstream of a national development. 8 plan paradigm shift from development to empowerment and benefit to women. And 9th plan empowerment of women as its strategic objective. So 4123 is correct sequence and option 2 is correct answer. Next, list 1 and 2 authors and publications are given. Sharmita Ray, Women Doctors Masterful Maneuvering, A1. Samiksha Shehrawat, Feminizing Empire, B2. Grace Stapleton, Pelvic Measurement in Indian Women, 4. And Barbara, Witches, Midwives and Nurses, 3. 1, 2, 4, 3 is correct sequence and option 4 is correct answer. 1, 2, 4, 3. Next, match the list 1 movement and people list 2 Green Belt movement, Wangari Maathai, Naudaya movement, Vandana Shiva, Birdman of India, Salim Ali, and Waterman of India, Rajendra Singh. 3, 4, 2, 1 is correct sequence and option 4 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2 authors and concepts are given. Bina Agrawal, Mary, Kamala Bhasin, German Greer. So Bina Agrawal for Women and Agriculture, Mary, Women Rights and Education, Kamala Bhasin, Relevance of Feminism in South Asia, Germany Greer, the Australian author for female eunuch. So 2431 is correct sequence. Option 2 is correct answer. Next 5 questions are from reading comprehensive. Question number 141. How were most sports originally designed? To support women's physical ability, to feed the physical abilities of men, to be gender neutral, or to promote teamwork and collaboration. So refer first line. They were designed to fit the physical abilities of man. Option B is correct. 2 is correct answer. Next, 142. What role did ancient Greece play in the development of formal sports? Option 3 is correct answer. They introduced the first Olympic Games and featuring sports like wrestling and chariot races. Refer second line. Formal sports, first Olympic Games. Next, in a pure meritocracy, what determines the winner in sports? Refer line 3 and 4. It is who is stronger, faster, and more skilled. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, how could gender equal pay in sports be achieved according to the passage? Refer 6 to 7 line. It is by offering equal pay regardless of performance. Next question. What type of arguments are suggested for advocating gender equalities in sports? Refer line number 7. It is sociological and ideological arguments. तो 5 questions रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव के कंप्लीट हुए. Next 5 questions are also from reading comprehensive. So question number 146. We cannot have a simple feminist position on any issues as refer line 1 and 2. It is diversity is universal condition. Next, how does the passage approach the understanding of identity? Refer 4th and 5th line. It is provisional and conjectural. Next, universal framework generally flowing from north to south are critiqued because theories must be located. Refer 7th and 8th line. Next, what does Mignolo alerts us to? It is diversality. Refer 2nd and 3rd line. Last question, why is intersectionality framework problematic? Because of law and its inability to recognize multiple identities. Refer 4th to 6th line. Option 1 is correct answer. So here we have completed June 2025 question paper for Women's Studies, paper 2. I also covered paper 1 from 2023 to 2025 question paper. So you can refer my playlist, paper 1 playlist. Happy learning. Bye.